Hey folks, welcome back to another video. So as we get into the Destined Rivals format, Gardevoir's looking stronger and stronger, and Pultzard is looking cleaner and cleaner. There's been a lot of hype around this deck recently, so I wanted to kind of make a video, show my take on it, and kind of give you a guide on how to approach the matchups and think about walking through this deck, because it's not super straightforward. You got a Dragapult and a Charizard. When do we use which? Who do we do first? When do we, we got to figure these things out. So we're going to go over that through the gameplay. I'll kind of give you details onto my thought process of when to go for Charizard, when to go for Dragapult, how to get set up, and work your way through these matches. Now, this is heavily inspired by the Jackson Ford list. It took 15th place in Portland Regional, so shout out to them. Made a couple changes. I cut a Budew for a Shaymin, and then I switched the Artisan to a Jamming Tower. So I kept it pretty simple. I think there's room to cut something else and go with back to 2 Budew, but 1 feels fine. And then other than that, I really like the Jamming Tower to kind of help out with the Gardevoir matchup a little bit more. Help out against straight Pult and Pult Dust Noir that run lots of tool cards. I just think it's a good inclusion. Artisan, Jackson was running Artisan, which is also great, so feel free to go back to that, of course. I wouldn't go for Team Rocket's Watchtower. I'd definitely stick with either Jamming Tower or Artisan. I don't think Rocket's Watchtower has enough value in enough matches to really make it worthwhile, including in this very tight 60. Other than that, we got 2 Brocks to set up under Budew, got 3 Arven to find our unfair stamp. We got lots of Iono, of course, and 2 Research in case we get stuck along the way. 4 Luminous, 5 Fire feels really great. You can get Luminous going onto Monkey, get Luminous onto your Drakloaks, and then you can either manually attach a Fire or use Charizard to accelerate, and we'll go into that thought process a little bit later. This is a turn 2 deck. You're always looking to either Budew or Evo as soon as you can. Other than that, it feels really great. Budew Unfair Stamp is still like one of the strongest combinations in this game. So that is going to feel solid, and a lot of your matches are just going to kind of become free into that. Things like decks that run Knockdown Engine, especially if you can get an early Unfair Stamp and then just, they knock out Budew, you hit them with Unfair Stamp, or they knock out something else, you Unfair Stamp, you hit them with Budew. Like, it just feels great still. So that is still feeling real nice now. I would not go with Prime Catcher. The Japanese list that won their Champions League over there is in a different meta, so I would stick with Unfair Stamp. Maybe something like Max Belt or Hero's Cape you could play around with, but Prime Catcher would be a lot lower on the tier list that I would be looking at as far as replacing the Ace spec. So that's enough yapping for now. Let's hop straight into games. We'll show how this deck runs. Here we go. Got a match against Gardevoir, so let's lock into this one a little bit. Going first, unfortunately, wasn't our choice. We're going to get one of each. Charmander, Charizard actually is a good early attacker into Gardevoir, depending on their board state. Just checking the prize in here. We got our Jamming Tower. Happy about that. Got both our bosses. We are looking pretty good. Shaymin's going to be a pretty solid one too. Priced our Artisan, but that's fine. They'll probably give us one. Gardevoir's not really doing much. So I think I'll just chill with this hand. I don't feel pressured to Ultra Ball right now. We'll see what we get off the Drakloak next turn if we don't get Iono'd. Gardevoir, basically, like I was saying, depending on their board state, if they get an early Gardevoir, then you're going to want to get an early Charizard and hopefully a boss. Then we can take out their Gardevoir. And there's Budew. I cursed myself. If they have a slower start and they still have like some Ralts Kirlias on the bench, see if you can like boss up a Kirlia, get Hawlucha down, and then Dragapult and board wipe both of their Ralts Kirlia that way. That's a good option. So your first attacker is kind of dependent on their board state, but either way, you really want to try to get aggressive early if you can, and do so safely. Because denying them Gardevoir is going to be pretty big. So let's just get this guy evolved. So I told you they'd give us an Artisan. Let's... Oh, we can't Buddy-Buddy, we're itchy. So in that case, it's Artisan for another Dreepy. I don't think we'll need to worry about Screamtail. Well, they got 4 energy in the discard already. Whoops. Let's see what we get off Recon, and then we'll decide. We're gonna research our Brox. Take the Luminous. I'll just put this here in case I do get that Screamtail going. I could Brox for a Shaymin and another Dreepy. Kinda don't hate that. We also could, yeah, we don't have our Budew. I'm fine with this. If we had our Budew available, I could have retreated the Fez into our own Budew to stop Candy, but unfortunately it's been prized. One of the problems of cutting down to just one Budew, prizing's a real problemo. So play around with that. There could be another card that you could cut for Shaymin, or honestly just risk it for the biscuit and hope that there's enough worry about Shaymin that you don't actually have to put one in your deck. Like, just kind of rely on everyone else playing enough Shaymin that the people will be too afraid to play decks like Terrabox or go hard on setting up Baby Bolt or Screamtail, that sort of thing. Not the best plan. I'm being honest with you, but it is a plan. It definitely is a plan. Okay, so we're itchy again. Likely I will just research this hand away. Oh, that makes it feel a bit worse. Okay, but we have no way of getting into that Zard. Let's just see what Recon gets us first. Evo. We don't have an energy though, so that's unfortunate. But I don't want to discard the boss, so we'll just slap this here, and then if we do draw into an energy, you can think about that as an option. But we're just gonna have to get rid of this hand. We need to start moving. Okay. Let's just get that. And then we'll Evo out. I did not check to see if we had a Charmeleon. I hope that we do. We don't. We're throwing. Always check. Always check. Didn't have a chance to that time. Okay, so they're likely getting Gardevoir online this turn. We're probably losing our Fez. But we do have Candy. And hopefully we can Arven for either a Night Stretcher or an Ultra Ball if there's a Zard still in the deck. We did get rid of our Super Rod, so I don't love using our only other recovery. But it is possible. Also a chance that we draw into the Zard and then we can Arven for a counter catcher and take out their Gardevoir as well. We'll be looking for that as a potential play too. Would make us pretty happy. But honestly, if they're chilling, which they probably should be at this point. Nope. What are they going for? Gardevoir. They are not chilling. Okay. Oh no. Okay. I was making plans with that hand, bro. Okay, it wasn't crazy. Alright, that's not too mad about that. Drifloon. Alright, what are they going in? They're gonna knock out my Fez with a Drifloon. Okay. I guess I could have retreated the Fez into Dreepy and used the Dreepy to evolve. That probably would have been smarter. You're gonna be 10 damage short. Oh, okay. You got one more. Understood. Cool. Okay, so next time, retreat the Feds, use the Dreepy to Evo. Would have been more smarter. Man, I don't know how Gardevoir players do it. It drives me insane having to deal with this client playing Gardevoir. I can't believe they haven't fixed this yet. Okay. Let's see, what do we push here? Kind of brutal. Let's push the Charmander. Why not? Alright, so recon. Got Arven and Boss. Look at Arven for Rescue Board and Rare Candy, and then be swinging with a Dragapult this turn. And then maybe we'll draw into... Ah, we threw one counter catcher. Forgot about that. Drawing it into the counter catcher is not the most likely thing in the world. I didn't throw away another candy, did I? No, okay. Go with the Arven, I think. Okay. Recon, we got another Loke. Don't need the Jamming Tower just yet. If I Loke here, I'm taking away my Candy Dragapult play. Which is probably fine, because I think we should go for the Candy Zard instead. Let's see what we even have in the deck. We do be having a Zard. And one Candy. But we probably should not Candy Pult then. We do still have a counter catcher. There's a chance that we draw into it. Not a good chance, but a chance. Okay. So let's Drakloak first. Research and fire. Not helpful. Alright, so we can Ultra Ball for Zard, Arven for Candy, get that going. I hope we still have enough energy in here. Yep, okay, cool. Arven, get Candy and board. Board's good onto Charizard in case of Monkey, like if they confuse us, then we're kind of chilling a bit more than we would be otherwise. Get 2 onto Zard. Now we are kind of super hoping for a counter catcher here. This is a bit of a troll. But we'll see if we can hit it. Did not quite hit it. Go all in. Let's go all in. Let's be brave. Oh, pretty good chance. 1 in 6. That's not bad. There it is. See, I said that's not bad. All right. So we unfair stamp them to 2. We knock out their Gardevoir. And then we're kind of big chilling. We always take those odds, baby. Got our other candy. Won't really need it. You're not really candying up more than 1 Zard per game, typically. If we do lose our Zard to some kind of Drifloon nonsense here, then we can finish out the game, hopefully with Dragapult and Jamming Tower. Of course we unfair stamp them into research, why wouldn't we? That's crazy work. Many energies they got. 3 psychos. Okay. So good chance here, yeah, that they get the Gardevoir Riftloon play. And if they don't do that, then they'll do the Munkidori Confuse play, which we're ready for because we have Rescue Board. And we have Dragapult ready to go. We'll see. Could also see like an unfair stamp being not that bad. Or an unfair stamp. Budew. But I don't love the Budew and they probably don't either. Okay. My Shaymin! You monsters! I love him. Okay, just damage onto the Zard. Boy, they're really hoping that we don't have another boss, huh? Alright, let's hit a couple recons here. Would be super cool at this point to be able to use Monkey. But we did bench lock ourselves, which you know, not exactly worth it, but it's something. Come on, boss, baby. Dang. Okay. Let's see. I kind of want to evolve here just because they could be, what do you call it? Knocking this with Adrenabrain and then Screamtailing us. No more that. I could Iono us both down to 4. But I kind of like our hand. Could retreat into Dragapult. But I don't love that play either. I think I'm okay just punching here. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, come on, dude. I was just trying to click the energy. It's too slow. Okay. God. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on now, partner. Okay, this is a family-friendly Pokemon TCG. Let's just cover you up right there. Okay, so what happened? Got distracted by the prompt that came up and whiffed the turn. So as you can imagine, missing an attack this late into the game, the game straight is pretty unrecoverable from here. And the Jared that recorded this video pretty much just spends the next 5 minutes crashing out. So I'm going to save you that trouble, and we're going to try to salvage this footage because I think there's still a lot that can be learned from this game. And having gone back and rewatched it, analyzing it a little bit, I realized a play that I could have made here instead that I didn't quite see at the time. I think it would be best here to retreat the Zard, which is why we've got the rescue board on him. Don't know how we missed that. Actually, I do know how we missed that, and I'll go into that in a bit. But retreat the Zard, pay the 1 energy cost, not a big deal. We've got more energy in the deck, clearly. Go into Dragapult, pile all of the Phantom Dive damage onto Budew, take 2 prizes. Don't have, you know, they'll make their own monkey business later. We don't need to add on to that for them. Likely scenario, they push Gardevoir. Take out Shaymin like they did, get more damage going. And then they probably finish off Charizard with Screamtail, I would imagine. Or no, sorry, can't finish off. We switched. Sorry, I'm still looking at the board state as it is. Charizard's on the bench, can't be hit by Screamtail. So at this point, likely Dragapult's in the active. They would probably dig for Lily's Clefairy, knock out the Dragapult, knock out the Shaymin. They don't have a way, unless they benched Nope, they don't have a way to take 4 prizes that turn. So we would get one more turn for sure. At which point we would hopefully be able to get another energy back on a Charizard, get a boss in hand, and just go for the Gardevoir play. If that was, which I mean, we got pretty good odds of that, considering that we have Fez on board, and 2 Drakloaks still, assuming they knock out the Dragapult with Lily's Clefairy. You know, there might be some other plays that they go for, but I think retreating the Zard into Dragapult, punching with Pult there, especially before they got the Bravery Charm on Budew, would have been the best play. What's happening on the screen currently is just salvaging an unsalvageable situation. So don't hold out hope for some kind of miracle turnaround play. It is not coming, I promise you. So what happened? I was deep in... I am getting ready for NAIC right now, and I have been deep in the training pits. I just kind of crawled out for an hour to record this video, and mentally, not there. So just kind of fried. But the training's been going really well, so I'll just talk about that for a second. Had an awesome session with one of my testing partners yesterday, where we just threw a bunch of things at the wall, kind of made some pretty good headway into what I'm kind of expecting is going to be a good list going into NAIC. Not this video, but the next video that comes out just before I leave for NAIC. I'll reveal the list that I'm running, and I'll be covering that list in the video, so be on the lookout for that. I'm hoping to have it kind of launch Wednesday morning of next week. So be on the lookout for that. We'll go into, what I'm going to be running at NAIC, why I think it's a good fit, and how you can run it as well. So look out for that deck coming soon. So forgive the misplay that Past Me has made in this video. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. There's still a lot to learn. I still think that pultzard is quite good into Gardevoir. I think that we'll see a lot of it at NAIC, a lot of pultzard, at least. I mean, it's not going to have like the percentage shares at regular Pult, Gardevoir, other things like that, but I think we will see a marked increase in pultzard at NAIC. I would be willing to put money on that prediction. I think it's going to be a solid deck into, what do you call it? Destined Rivals. Shoot, couldn't even remember the format name. I think it's going to be a pretty solid choice into Destined Rivals. It does well into a lot of matchups. Great, pretty good into Gardevoir. Handles its own against most of the other decks in the format. So if you've been waiting to get into pultzard, or if you've been too scared to jump in, I would highly recommend it. Now's a good time to be running this business. So if you have any questions on pultzard, if there's something that we weren't able to cover in the video, just ask me down in the comments. I've got a pretty good grip on the deck, so I would love to go over things with you, just kind of explain things in more detail. Usually pretty quick to respond. But yeah, I think I said this in the previous video. We're going down to a slower posting schedule just until after NAIC. Once I recover from that, we'll be back to our regular programming. But I really appreciate all of you for sticking with me, for kind of cheering me on as we get into these like back-to-back majors. It's been really fun. I hope to meet some of you at NAIC. If you see me walking around, come up, say hi. We'll grab a selfie. Be really cool. So to anyone going to NAIC, I hope your testing's going well. Best of luck, and I hope to see you there. Okay, so we're able to go second, which is fantastic. And would you look at this? We got a pretty good opening hand. Let's go for Dreepy and then Mander on the bench. And let's see what we're up against. We got Budew and Maractus, everyone's favorite little guys. Okay, what else they got cooking up in there? I'm gonna assume this is Marnie's. But let's just wait and see, shall we? What else they got? So going second's great for this for us. Gives us a chance to Evo or potentially Budew, depending on the matchup. I don't know what we're playing against just yet. Let's Buddy-Buddy Poffin, just kind of see what's in the deck first. Grab double Dreepy, have our Charmeleon, have our Drakloak. So we're good to Budew whatever we want. I think I'll go, let's see how many candies we got. We got one Zard prized. We got one candy prized. Unfair stamp. Duke got the Evo. Prize to energy. Okay. Not too bad. So I think because we did prize that candy, or candy, well, you know, I could. I don't think against this deck. I don't really know what the heck that is going on over there, but I'm going to assume that we're going to want to attack with Dragapult first. So we're not worried about the Zard. We're not worried about the Zard right now. Let's get Evo, of course. Then also, let's see, do we have a hand where we could Ultra Ball? Not really. Could Buddy-Buddy get one more Charmander, potentially? Let's go with Unfair Stamp. And then let's just Evo up to Drakloaks. Yeah, whatever they got going on over there, I don't want to deal with it with a Charmander, I don't think. I think with, this is definitely like a go Dragapult type of thing. Where Phantom Dive is going to be much better for us early game than Charizard. So you want to be kind of careful with how quickly you get your Charizard online. If you do it too early and you're playing against a deck that has a lot of counter catcher, then they're just going to, like, say I get my Charizard online so that I can power up my Dragapult and then Phantom Dive. I take a knockout and then they just counter catcher up the Charizard, and Charizard's only hitting for 180, maybe 210. Probably just 180, honestly, at that point. So it's basically just like, either way, it's a worse Phantom Dive, because it's just Phantom Dive where you don't get to put the damage counters down. So you just kind of want to be aware of that and make sure that you're not just like randomly evolving a Charizard in the early game. Also with Charmeleon, it's got a 2 retreat cost, so they're going to be looking to counter catcher that up too. So these things just, that's kind of why the rescue board's in the deck. Just stuff to be mindful of, is what I'm trying to say. But I think that because they got just Budew cooking, we're going for like a little bit of a slower setup here. We'll be fine. I think we already have an Iono in hand, right? Yep. So let's just go with the Ultra Ball. And let's just get an energy on one of you. And then I think I'll just Brock here for another Drakloak. And just start to see a bunch of cards. Hopefully before they see a bunch of cards. And okay. Really needed either one of those at this point. Take this. And then we're big chilling. Just hanging around. High chance that we get Iono'd here, depending on what they got cooking on their hand. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, so they're gonna see a bunch of cards. Did they yak last turn? Was I just like sleeping during that? Did I have Iono'd them? Oh, they totally did yak during, well, meh. I'm not too worried about it. Oh no, we're itchy. Nice. A Dragapult boss would go pretty hard here. But you know, we don't want to get too greedy with it. Yeah, we'll just keep that. I want to keep some fire in the deck for Charizard. And okay, so we're not going super hard. We'll just take another Luminous here. I don't want to just like knock their Budew and then get unfair stamped. So let's see. I think I will get my monkey down this turn. And let's just move some damage over. Do I Iono here? I mean, I know they have a Dragapult in their deck. But I am also chilling on Unfair Stamp and another Luminous, so I kind of like my hand. I think I'm cool just waiting. We'll just see. We'll see what they come up with. If they itchy us one more time and then we get... and they don't really do much else and we get like a boss... that would be pretty crazy. They might be going for a Pult here, though. Would not be surprised at all. Which is kind of fine, because then we can be we can Pult their Pult back. Interesting. Right, so we're losing a Drakloak. And they're getting unfair stamped. This is a good trade for us. They're trying to force us to evolve that guy. Good chance that we see Dragapult here. Okay, let's just get one recon out of the way. I still don't know if I want the Charizard. Let's see, we're only swinging for 210. Just because of what I said earlier, where I don't really want it in the active right now. Them pressuring that does make me kind of want... we're not gonna... we can stay out of counter catcher range at this point, I think. Pretty easily. Well, I kind of want to knock their Drakloak, which is, again, we'd be out of counter catcher range. So I think we're fine with this for now. Just save this, save the Meleon. Get the 2 onto here. I think I can save the other recon at this point. Let's get rid of the Mander, we don't need it. Honestly, against Dragapult though, I typically do like to not evolve Charizard until the late game. I think that could come back to bite us. Not exactly sure why I'm being extra with it right now. But let's hit an unfair stamp and see what we get. Shaymin does not help us in this match at all. Okay. Let's see. Recon. I'm thinking bossing up their Fez now. We have an Arven? No. Okay. I like bossing up their Fez. Oh, no, I meant... okay. No longer do I like bossing up their Fez. I had meant to put that there. Ah, my brain is broken today. I can't think with my brain. Okay, so we're not going to boss up Fez. Although we still could. I don't know. Are they running Turo these days? Honestly? And then we don't take a knockout? Put like 30 more here and then 30 here. Save that for Jamming Tower. Let's go for it. Let's go. Let's get crazy with it. And then we still have access to counter catcher next turn. Let's get crazy with it. is that, yeah, this should technically slow them down pretty hard. Hopefully they don't have Arven for rescue board. But even if they do, like, that's kind of fine, honestly. Okay, they're burning a Luminous. They're getting the first Phantom Dive on us, which is okay. I could also see a Turo going really well in this deck, especially because we don't run Switch, and Maractus still is a great consideration. Just something to think about. Recon. What's your Iono? Here's a fire, however, that's our only stretcher. I'm not going to be Ionoing them, though. Let's see, do I Arven for anything here? I don't want to get another Dreepy. Let's check things out. Our other Charizard's prized, right? Yeah, we prized Charizard and a Rare Candy. We got no more fire energy in the deck. It's fine. Okay. Monkey some damage over. Just kind of want to see what we get. Or do we take three? No. Yeah, let's just see what we get off prizing before we make a decision. Sorry I'm playing real slow. I don't know, my brain's not braining today. Okay, Luminous and Charizard. So there's a Rare Candy still in there. Okay. I kind of want to get another... I kind of want to get my Charmander back then. I think we'll do that. I think I'm happy with that. Get a Luminous here. And then, let's Arven for Super Rod and a Skateboard. We can get the fire energy back after that guy gets knocked out. And... okay. Phantom Dive. 3 would bring this down to 80. Doesn't really help us at all. We might whiff the Jamming Tower, so let's just put 3 here. Candy, nice, okay. So we should just be able to close out the game with double Zard now. Don't need Dragapult anymore. Oh, there's their unfair stamp, okay. EXP share on the Maractus. Oh man, I'm not ready to be Maractus locked, bro. I got the research off the stamp. Never mad about that. And drop down to even prizes here. I like that they gave us Latios. That changes things a bit. I almost wish that I had moved damage to the Dragapult now. Okay, well, good game, good game. Ah!